It's the old game of divide and conquer. They did it during the days of slavery. The slave masters, in an attempt to keep unity among the slave owners, and that way they thought that usurping and uprisings would not occur. You know, American history is so whitewashed until they try to have people believe that black people willingly accepted slavery and did not go against the grain whatsoever. Well, that is an outright lie. So here it is Trump using black Republican women that are part of his campaign staff trying to deceive us and make us think that they are just ordinary random women that they talk to. But these are black women who actually work for the Trump campaign, depicting black women against black women in a newly released ad in the attempt to chip away at VP Kamala Harris's lead over him. If he wasn't so threatened, why is he constantly trying to bait black people against black people? Don't fall for the okie doke. These black Republicans that are part of Trump's team, they're just like him. They can't stand their own people. We had them during the days of slavery. You had the house slaves versus the slaves out in the field. The house slaves, they used the term we. They enjoyed the privileged life of being in the big house, while the slaves who lived in the outhouses and worked in the field all day long, they were discarded as being nothing. Trump is a mitigated liar. And Trump is going to lose this election because we are not going to fall for it. So let me read this article here. Let's get right down to it so I can rip it to shreds. The name of the article, as reported by Black Information Network, quote, "I'm not with her. Trump camp releases video of black women against Harris," close quote. How about this? Suppose I'm going to give Kamala Harris and her team a suggestion here. Why don't you all make a brand new video and call it "I'm Not With Him"? Harris camp releases video of white women against Trump. See, thin-skinned people can't deal with reality. They hate it. So according to the Black Information Network, former President Donald Trump's campaign has released a video of black women showing their support for the Republican nominee in an apparent attempt to chip away at Vice President Kamala Harris's base. On Wednesday, August 28th, the Trump campaign shared a video titled "Black Voters Know President Trump is the Strongest Candidate on the Issues," featuring over a dozen black women from across the U.S. who oppose Harris's White House bid. That's a lie. These are plants. The Republican plants, it's like the Republicans from Trump's camp planted somebody in the so-called after the debate or after the DNC convention speech that Vice President Harris gave, and found out that when they got to the black guy, that he pretended like he was not a Trump supporter, but he is. So I'll show you these women right here. There they are. Let me get this close up. All of them. Yeah, they look like Trump supporters. Just look at them. Trying to make themselves look as white as they possibly can. There's not even any remote blackness in them whatsoever. I don't care if Trump's people do get upset with me. I don't give a damn. I'm going to tell it the way it is. I'm unapologetic and unfiltered because they don't care on their side. They're doing every damnable thing and saying every damnable thing that they possibly can in an attempt to win an election. Fight fire with fire. Don't bow down. Don't relent. Be non-apologetic. Say what you mean what you say, and go for the jugular. When Kamala Harris gets on that stage, viscerate him, rip him to shreds, tear him to pieces, insult him the way he's been insulting everybody else. Don't shake that bigot's hand. Don't let him do to you what he did to a former First Lady and former Senator and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. Quote, I and millions of other black Americans will cast my vote for Donald J. Trump, a New York woman said in the video. Another woman from Kalamazoo County, yeah, right, Michigan said she would be voting for Trump because of the economic policies our country experienced under his leadership as our 45th president. What economic policies? He inherited a flourishing, vibrant economy from President Barack Obama, and he destroyed it. He destroyed the economy. He took all the credit for everything that was good, and everything that was bad, tried to blame it on everybody else. We're not going to sit back and just take stuff anymore. We ain't doing it. Every time I find an article where they tried to attack, humiliate, dehumanize Vice President Harris, I'm coming back before this camera and I'm going to rip it to shreds. That's what I do. I'm a criminal justice major and I don't give a damn about what you Trump supporters are saying in the comment section. I'll say what I damn well please. The video marks an apparent attempt by the Trump campaign to win over, listen, black women. If black people weren't so important, why is this racist and this bigot and this Nazi sympathizer and Adolf Hitler worshiper trying to get black people to vote for him? Because you can't win the White House without black people. You can talk about the border all you want. You can talk about immigration all you want. You can talk about all the other BS all you want. You're not going to win. So black voters, this marks an apparent attempt by the Trump campaign to win over black women who overwhelmingly supported President Joe Biden in the 2020 election. Damn right. Black voters have been taken for granted by the Democratic Party for years, but President Trump's messages is resonating at historic levels because he is doing the work and meeting voters where they are. Janiyah Thomas, director of the Trump campaign's black media, said in a statement, why do you have to have a black media? Why does there always have to be a white media and a black media? If you're part of the campaign, you're a part of the campaign. Why is there the divisiveness always indicated and signaled out? Because you can't stay on point. And we are going to come out in droves. Is the Supreme Court and Donald Trump always trying to figure a way how to steal the election? Just like Bush did with Al Gore. The Supreme Court made him president. Y'all forgot about that one. Stop having these faded memories. Do your homework, research. Don't just go to Google and Twitter and this dumb Truth Social Network. Do your own homework. Do your own thinking. Do your own research. Do your own writing. Learn how to read and stop just sitting in front of a TV all day long. In their own statement, the Harris campaign highlighted how black women have come together amid Harris's presidential bid. Why? You're upset? You're upset because the black female sororities are going to support their sorority sister? Are you upset because we don't like y'all? We don't like racist, bigoted J.D. Vance? We don't like Hitler idolizing Trump either. And the Republican Party has done a damn thing but obstruct. They haven't done a damn thing but do everything they can to make sure that the economy crashed. And you're mad and y'all still pissed off because Biden got one up on y'all. Trump is an old relic from the past, an old bigot, an old racist, an old Jim Crow segregating, supporting person from the past. That's who he is. The one who took out the full-page ad and wanted the Central Five executed, and they were all innocent. But you black people don't want to hear that are Trump supporters. You don't want to hear they probably using the N-word all over the place. There ain't no unity among that team. After a while, there are going to be defections upon defections from the Trump campaign. They're not going to be able to hold it together. They'll be begging to work in the camp of Kamala Harris, but she's not going to have it. Let's not forget that the electronic mobilization efforts that we have seen across the country for the Harris Waltz ticket was led by tens of thousands of black women who came together less than 24 hours after Vice President Harris launched her campaign, raising 7 figures for the new Harris for President campaign. Jasmine Harris, director of the Harris campaign, Black Media said. And that's the bottom line. You're not going to out fundraise her. She has more money than you. You can't out talk her. You can't outwit her. You can't outthink her. And who are you to try to compare about her heritage? Let's talk about his heritage. His father was a Klansman, was a part of the KKK. His father was a racist. Go way back to Germany. Look at his Germany ties. These are things that people need to know. You need to read and you need to read the book by Mary Trump, PhD. Too much and never enough. These are real things. We don't just make it up and stand in front of a podium, just aimlessly spewing out stuff. Well, I heard somebody say, I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard him say it could be true, it might not be true, but I heard him say, I just like to make shit up. I heard him say it. He wants to be a one-man show, a one-man operation. Project 2025. Yeah, I'm gonna find a way to get a copy of it, and I'm gonna do an analysis of it and break it down. He denied all knowledge of Project 2025. He's a liar. He knows exactly what 2025 is, because his people are the ones who wrote it in concert with the Heritage Foundation. And now that it's exposed, they're angry and they're pissed. You all think this is a joke. You black people who support Trump and work in his campaign, you all think you're going to get something from the master's table. You're not going to get a damn thing from him. He's going to give you some token jobs. What did he give Ben Carson? After he humiliated Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson, he was humiliated, called every name in the book, a liar, a thief, a child molester, he just called him everything. He suspended his campaign, supported Trump, and he made him the director of HUD. Are you serious? The director of HUD. The same thing that Ronald Reagan did with Pierce, made him the director of HUD. The insignificant part of the office. I am an awakened black man. I'm consciously awakened. I'm woke. I don't give a damn what Ron DeSantis, the racist little Maduro governor, says down in Florida. I am consciously awakened. I know who I am. I say what I want when I want to say it, and I'm not going to back down. Learn how to speak up for yourselves. Remember the lessons of the past. Remember Jim Crow. Remember the lynchings. Remember segregation. Remember the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Remember the price that our people had to pay to get the right to vote. Remember this. And then you got stupid RFK Jr. His father was assassinated by Sirhan Sirhan for fighting for freedom and justice. And he decides to support, of all people, you can tell he's deranged in his mind, he decides to support Trump and endorse him. That's because he's deranged in his mind. I'm not forgetting the civil rights movement for nobody. I'm not forgetting the stories that my mother used to tell me when I was growing up. What happened down in Mobile, Alabama, and down in the deep South. I'm not forgetting anything. I'm not forgetting how our people were treated in this country throughout the entire nation for decades and decades and decades. How our grandmothers and great-grandmothers had to clean white people's houses. Then they want to give them the scraps from their tables. Make them work during the holiday time. Make you want to bring their children. Give them the raggedy clothes their ungrateful children did not want. And you all think this is a joke. Even with a college education, our black people, it's called institutional racism. Start your own businesses, black folk. Start your own nonprofit organizations. Boycott people who don't support us. Know the power of boycotting. The power of boycotting destroyed the infrastructure of racism in the transportation industry. They shut it down for a year and then had a nerve to take Dr. King and the movement to court to try to sue them because they couldn't get black folk to pay good money to go stand and sit in the back of the bus. That's why I don't believe that crap about Jerry Jones. I don't give a darn if he is a billionaire. Talking about he didn't know what was going on. He knew damn well what was going on. He was just as racist as the young boys that were down there taunting black people as well. This may be America, but black people did not get any gains without a fight. Thank God for Reverend Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and the heroes and heroines of the civil rights movement. Get your freaking head out of the sand. Stop acting stupid, my black brothers and sisters. Stop killing one another. That's what these white folk want you to do. Black on black crime. Stop putting that poison in your body and putting that filthy poison in your veins. To our black women, start acting like ladies. Clean yourselves up. Stop looking like whores and tramps, being disgusting in the streets. This is what they want you to do. They don't want you to have any pride. Go get some old copies of Ebony and Jet magazines and look at the pride and the dignity and the grace that we as a people have had down through the years. This is Tyrone Bowman Live. Uncut, unchased, and unfiltered. Whether you're racist and bigots like it or not, we ain't going nowhere. Never surrender. Never quit.